Hey, we're here. We're at Janna's Market Grill, and we've got Royal Ross with us, and Janna's here too. Should we dive right into talking to Janna so she can go work?
Well, it depends. Is she going to talk about her new venture, or is she going to? Well, Can I do a plug then for Janna's before?
Sure.
We start, and
Absolutely.
Janna, you can fill in all the things that I say incorrectly or whatever. But no, we're down here at Janna's Marketplace as we are every Saturday for the Faribault Youth Activities Show, formerly the Coaches Show, but we want to expand it to all the youth activities, whether it's theater, or band, or robotics, just anything. If their kids are into an activity in Faribault, we would like to discuss it with them and learn about it.
For example, they're having their fall play this weekend, and they didn't come and plug it.
Right. Yes, they are having the fall play. It is at the high school, so if you're looking for a little entertainment, head out there. But we are at Janna's Marketplace in beautiful downtown Faribault, and I was noticing something today that she's really expanded on. I think it's recently she's expanded, and that's her bowls. She's got a breakfast bowl, she's got a Chipotle chicken bowl, a ham and cheese bowl, a turkey bowl. I mean, it's really, really good. And
She did that in honor of you because she knows you're a bowler.
I see what you did there. But yeah, folks, if you haven't been down to try Janna's bowls out, come on down and like I always say, you can get a hot meal here and sit down and enjoy it, or you can get a prepackaged meal and take it to the office or the home, a couple minutes in the microwave, heat it up, and you've got a great meal. And as always, all of the meals are made right here in Janna's kitchen. So they're very good, and they're all freshly made.
Yep, all delicious. Catering.
My favorite part about it is if you take a meal home, the cleanup of your kitchen is about 1 minute.
Yeah, you have a fork.
Yes, it's the best thing. I love taking dinners home from here because I can just keep working right to the time I have to eat, and then at cleanup, it doesn't take me all night.
Nope.
So if you want to avoid the kitchen cleanup, stop in here and pick up some dinner.
And healthy ingredients.
Yeah, they're just better for you. We take some time to make better choices for you before we put it in for you. So great quick recipe. The chicken tenders that we bake off, that goes in your salads and all your wraps, they're actually baked in Chardonnay and some water and some herbs.
Chardonnay.
Yeah, just a little bit of white wine gives it a nice flavor. But again, it's all good. It's all good food.
I did not know I was being classy when I was eating that.
I didn't either, but I just had a wonderful mixed fruit bowl for breakfast right here at the very spot that I'm sitting in.
I know.
Fruit was fresh and crunchy. The parts that were supposed to be crunchy were crunchy. The parts that were supposed to be soft were soft. It was great fruit.
It's handy.
Great mixed fruit combination there.
And that's not always easy, getting good fresh fruit.
No, but getting it through a food distributor, if it's not good, we can send it back. So we can make, again, those judgments right away. Staff does not cut up something that, is not ripe or is overripe. So we make good choices before it goes in.
But Janna, you're involved in a new venture over in Kenyon. It's pretty exciting. I love your name, Garden View Apartments.
Yeah, and the logo came out really pretty. It really classes up the place, and it's an apartment that's attached to the Kenyon Clinic over there. It used to be Gunderson Gardens, and we just turned it into Garden View Apartments. There's 21 units over there, and they're all handicap accessible and all on one level, and laundry's included, and handicap bars for those that are aging in place. And so very excited about Kenyon.
Those of us that are aging in place.
I love that, aging in place.
Yeah. Aging in
I know I'm going to get older.
I think people want to age in motion. They don't want to age in place. I mean, let's keep those muscles and joints moving.
Yes, but realistically, it's very hard. A lot of the folks I met, they family members are in places where they can't access the upstairs. They have a hard time going up and down the steps to get to the laundry, and just for their own safety, they want to put them in a place that's closer to them to care for them, and also easier for them to get around.
Are you wheelchair accessible?
Yeah, it's nice, because it was an assisted living facility, so all this has been done for us. We just had to, we created about 6 new units, and they have laundry in them. 6 brand new ones. I have all the dishwasher and microwave, so those are nice. And the older ones were nice to begin with, so it's just a good community.
But these are no longer assisted living units.
No.
They're all just
they're apartments.
Yeah, they're apartments. So
but
we
what's
want to be
nice
clear
with all
about
these
that.
folks that we just rented to, because again, some of them are older. A lot of the folks that we're talking to, their families are concerned about them having adequate food, right, or being able to get food access. And so I said, well, if they order, we'll deliver. right? So we can run stuff over to them because we're going to be there two, 3 times a week.
Have your own little DoorDash. Or
Yeah, exactly. Just order it and we'll
yeah.
get it to them. So it's
Yeah.
really nice to have that relationship with them.
Last week, I plugged your off-site.
Yeah, the vending.
How's that going?
You know what's really taken off is the mall. Holy
Okay.
buckets. There's a lot of staff out there. There's a school,
Oh,
the
yes.
Discovery School's out there. There's 100 employees. And what's nice is the kids are learning how to be a market. They learn the POS system. They put the food away. They talk to the customers. They make items that are sold in there. So it's really kind of a cool like coffee shop or,
Where's that located in the mall?
right across from they're in JCPenney. So if you're standing in front of JCPenney door,
What used to be,
right, what
yep,
used to be
that's where the
JCPenney,
school is now.
Just like back up and look to your side. So
Okay.
I don't remember years ago. Brett's would have been across.
Yeah,
it.
okay.
I remember Vanity being in this particular spot. If you go way back in the day,
Okay. No.
and Maurice's would have been Kitty Corner. So it's in that side of it.
But that is really cool that you have a little store set up there, run by students, right?
Run by
So
students
it's,
Monday through Friday. We pick up on Friday. Most of our locations are Monday through Friday locations, but we got permission to get into the new sheriff. So that'll be 7 days a week.
Great.
So that would be nice. I love being able to bring good food to people.
Yeah. And I'm kind of guess that you have your vending machines. They're probably all pretty high tech, so you can tell what the volume is.
Yeah, I can see every day what sells and what doesn't. And
Yeah.
it's kind of nice to see on Tuesday what everybody had on Monday. And what was the popular one this week? Chipotle bowls.
Ah, there you go.
The Chipotle bowl was super popular.
Yeah.
And the turkey bowl. You'll see a ticking turkey. this
I
time of
want to
year.
try that turkey bowl. I mean,
Yeah.
if I understand correctly, it's mashed potatoes,
Yep.
gravy, and turkey.
And dressing.
And dressing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a dinner.
How
just
do you
in a
beat
bowl.
that? That's like Thanksgiving in a
Yeah.
bowl.
Yeah, and easy. And it's not a huge portion, so you can eat it at lunch and not want to take a nap.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Absolutely.
Turkey does that to you,
Yeah, it does. Naturally.
Every food does that to me. Every food I eat, I want to take a nap.
That fruit doesn't do that to you.
I just want to take a nap.
Yeah, I think he's just a napper.
Yeah, I'm just a napper.
Those T-shirts with sloths on them, that's he's getting there.
The Sloths. That would be a good fantasy football name.
You're also in the building with Archie Eye Clinic. I saw the other day. I
the
was
Crossroads.
just
That's going to be getting a new machine, so it's going to be available to them until the building closes. Because right now, Mighty Fine sells out there for us, but they leave at 1:30. And there's a lot of people that are heading home, or especially if you have an appointment there, it's kind of nice too to not have to go to another place.
it wasn't open. The place where they sell your food was
Yeah.
not open when I was there because
Right.
I walked in, paid my bill, and left. And I noticed it was locked up, but I noticed
Yeah.
it was your sandwiches.
So now
and stuff.
I've got it. It's going to go between the front doors. But I'm having the guy that does my market, not my marketing, but my skin. I call it the skin that goes on the machines. Mine is black and red, and that does not fit the interior of this space. So I had him change it to gray, taupe, and my rose is now pink.
Okay.
Right. So it just fits. Yeah.
Now, would you have thought of something like that?
I didn't want it to be brassy.
I would like to think I would have, but it would have been after
After.
the fact.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
I would have got that in there and said, oh, man, this isn't
Boy, that's
right.
just really too
Yeah.
bright. Yeah, it just
Yeah,
it didn't
so
fit.
Whereas Janna wouldn't recognize it ahead of time,
Yeah. Make it fit.
I'd recognize it after the fact.
So I'm excited to see what it looks like because it's going to be cute.
And
me.
it is amazing. Colors are big
They
Yes.
are.
Yep.
Yeah.
with marketing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a visual person. I've never really been a good reader. And so that's why I like pictures. They tell, I can read faster, right? When we see visually, faster. That's why I like our food to have a really pretty visual look to it. So we're really thoughtful in how we package everything here and where we place the label also so you can see the product. Because sometimes the labels can cover it up.
Do you still put those little green things on the hash browns?
Oh, dried parsley?
The parsley.
Yeah, parsley.
No, no.
Oh, okay.
That used to go in the home fry.
Oh, okay.
But now we just do the hash browns.
Okay.
So if
And
it's any-
these hash browns are always perfect.
Love the hash browns.
I
You know
don't-
what? I'm spoiled. I think I've made personally over 1 million hash browns. I calculated it one time when we were retiring. I'm like, I made over 1 million hash browns here. If I can't do it right after 1 million hash browns, we shouldn't be in this industry.
No, but I mean,
Well,
it's
other
places-
consistently. It's
Other
consistently.
places do it
Yeah.
all the time too, Janna, and they don't get it perfect all the time.
It's how we make it. It's like just shape it. Now, if anybody's making it at home, you can do it too. Just a lot of butter in your pan and shape it, Lowry salt, and then put heavy plates on it. and it'll steam the top, and it'll crisp the bottom, and then just take the plate off and flip it.
Flip it,
but don't mess with it, because a lot of places just keep turning it around.
Yep.
And in ours, we'll take it and when we flip it, we'll drain the oil, so it's less oil going on your plate.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Hey, there's the head basketball. Boys
Well, good
basketball.
to talk with you guys. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah,
Look at
thanks
that.
for stopping
I
in,
sat
Janna.
down for 10 minutes.
How do people get more info on your apartments?
Yeah, you can contact us personally. You can contact me here at the restaurant if you don't know any other way to get through to us.
Sure.
And check out the Facebook pages too. In Kenyon, all the sites over there, we have it listed. But just reach out here.
Sounds good.
Take
Thanks,
care. God
Janna.
bless.
Thanks, Janna.
Well, look who wandered in, Gordy.
I know. I thought they were on a scrimmage today.
That was yesterday up at Matamidi.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so who we got here?
Well, I brought one player. His name's Everett. He's trying to break into our starting lineup, but
That's a few years away, I think.
maybe a few years away.
Let's start out with who you are to introduce
This is
to
Erick
the
Hildebrandt.
masses of people.
Erick Hildebrandt, head boys basketball coach at Faribault.
Thanks for coming in, Coach.
Yeah, good to see you guys again.
How are you looking? This team.
Good. Yeah, we're junior and senior heavy, which is great. These guys have been playing at the varsity and JV level since they were freshmen, and have been patient through the challenges that come with that. Have stuck together, and we're really excited to get on the court and compete together this year.
When's your first game?
December 2nd, Monday.
Okay.
We go
So-
back-to-back right away, Monday, Tuesday, at home,
So
both of them.
roughly
So-
another 2 weeks. And
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
And you open with?
We open with Casson at home, and then the very next day we play West at home. Then a couple days off, and we go to Byron that Friday. So 3 games that first week.
Oh, man. West and Byron back-to-back. 2 really good teams.
We're going to see that throughout our schedule. We have a tough schedule this year. The Big Nine's always tough. Our section is tough. We're playing Park in a kind of a state showcase invitational down in Casson, so a neutral site game. That's a 4A school from the Metro that we're playing. In January, we go up to Maple Grove to play them. So, we're not going to have any breaks in our schedule, that's for sure. And that's what we want. We want to challenge ourselves and really put ourselves in position to be playing our best and be battle-tested when the postseason comes.
And Maple Grove just won the state championship in football last night.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's, it'll be fun to travel to that environment. They're an excellent basketball team as well. And so, every night in the Big Nine's a hard night. And so we're excited to just see where we're at, be at our best, and kind of let the chips fall where they may.
So you said you're pretty junior and senior heavy. What do you have for underclassmen, freshmen and sophomores?
Well, we do have, good numbers, but they'll be able to play at the levels that really they should, which is great. We're not having to move anybody up. And so this year's freshmen and sophomores are really benefiting from the work of the juniors and seniors who have really paid their dues and put in a lot of time in the gym. And our program's in a good place right now.
Yeah, that's where I was headed. Is that you're kind of setting it up for, a good run of 3, 4, 5 years here, without even looking farther back than that to see what's coming up.
Well, yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard to, I was actually just talking to a few of our guys just to put it in perspective for them. That I said, imagine yourself now playing against yourself as a freshman, and it really opened their eyes. And I said, do you see what you're up against now? It's just different when you're a junior and a senior, and to have consistency in a program, you really need those strong upperclassmen numbers, and so we're really getting to that point, which is good.
Any you looking at any potential standouts on your team this year? Anybody that you just think, hey, they're going to just light this season up?
Well, I look at all of our returning guys that played significant minutes last year. We bring back our starting 5 plus our 6th man, and so really what we're looking for now is kind of those next guys who are going to be able to enter the rotation and really have an impact. But we expect big things out of our starting 5. Ryan Krager had a great off season with all his AAU stuff. Mohammed Madej did as well, and so those are the 2 guys that are returning. Mohammed was an all-conference guy, and Ryan was honorable mention last year as a sophomore. So, we're going to, again, everybody's going to contribute. We're going to play together on both ends of the floor, and we're just looking forward to it.
Good. It sounds like a potentially exciting season.
Very exciting, yeah. Like I said, these guys have put in the time to put themselves in a position to have a good year.
Well, they could compete for the Big Nine title, don't you think?
Yeah, maybe. Obviously, we have our big goals. We're just focused on the most important step, which is the next one. So we had a pretty good scrimmage yesterday. It was a good opportunity for us to get on the court. Matamida is always a really good program.
The Zephyrs.
Yeah, and we were able to get up and down with them a little bit and see some things that we did well and some things that we need to clean up a little bit. It's great to do that before you get on the court for the real thing one time. And so, yeah, we're just focused on one day at a time, getting better, improving, taking care of business on that particular day, and do that day in and day out. And I think we believe that we can, achieve our bigger goals.
Which are?
Well, yeah. We don't like to talk about results too much. We're more process oriented, but we believe that we could be right at the top of the conference, right at the top of the section, and put ourselves in a position to advance. And so those are our bigger goals. But again, we're not caught up in that. We're focused on what it takes to get there. Actually,
what are without giving everything away to your opposing coaches, what's your weakness in your team this year, do you think?
Really, what I wouldn't call it a weakness. What we just need to figure out is kind of the back end of our rotation. And we have a lot of guys that we believe can contribute. Just as soon as we get that solidified and
So you'd like to play 10, 11 guys?
Well, we'll see. At least 8 is about ideal. So it's just a matter of finding consistency and finding some guys that can maybe consistently come in and knock down outside shots, things like that. But yeah, no, we believe in all our guys, and we're just looking forward to seeing what it looks like when we can put it together on the court when the games get going here.
Do you feel you have a pretty tight team, as in, they get along well and everything? Do you feel you got that part of it?
I do. They get along really well. The evidence of that kind of shows up in interesting ways. They can hold each other accountable and challenge each other in appropriate ways. And you can't do that if you don't actually get along pretty well off the court.
A lot of respect.
Yes, they respect each other. They like each other off the court as well, and they hang out a lot off the court. So I think that's really important. They're in it for each other, and that's what's really exciting.
Yeah, that's very cool. Good job coaching on that aspect, because part of that is coaching. A lot of it is probably coaching.
I give credit to the guys for buying into the culture that we want to try to set. In terms of academics, in terms of just generally how we treat people in school. All of those things play a big role in the product that you put in the court, is our belief. So I just credit the players and their parents for really buying into that and leaning into that. And, hopefully we can reap the benefits of that this year.
Absolutely. It sounds like it's going to be just a great season. It sounds like you got quite a few home games, right? And they're usually, about 7 o'clock at night?
Yeah, 7:30 is when the Big Nine tip. So hopefully a lot of people can come out and watch us play. I think it will be fun to watch. And I know our guys are really excited for it.
Yeah, definitely. If you're out there in the listening world here, find out a schedule for some of these activities. And, when the boys basketball team is home, go out to the high school and get in the gym and support them and cheer them on and stuff. Same thing with wrestling, although like we covered last week, wrestling only has 2 home matches this whole year.
That's something.
But basketball will have a lot more.
How would you like to have 2 home basketball games?
Well, in a season of 26 games, 2 home games would be a rough schedule. So
yeah,
they wrestled probably 30 matches or whatever.
It's a lot, but
yeah, that's unbelievable.
Yeah. But yeah, folks, get out there and enjoy our local athletics and activities. Like we mentioned earlier, there's a play on just at the high school this weekend. Go out there and see the play.
Can't remember the name. It's about Robin Hood, though.
Yes, it is about Robin Hood. Yep, you are correct. But there's hockey games, there's basketball games. wrestling matches. A lot of things to do if people would just get out and support the kids.
Well, and these people don't make millions of dollars if you watch, the professionals.
No, there's no high school NILs, is there?
Not that I'm dealing with yet, thankfully.
Not yet.
No, yeah, exactly. So I haven't had to deal with that yet. But yeah, just to echo what you said, it's really awesome. The kids really appreciate support. They love having big crowds. It makes the experience better for them and for everybody. And there are so many great kids in our town that work hard and are doing awesome things, and it's definitely worth getting out and seeing.
Yeah, I agree.
Did you have a lot of guys in AAU or just the one?
3 or 4, maybe 5 that played at AAU to some capacity. We also did our summer tournaments as a team in June mostly, and we played well. Kind of took the summer to implement some new offensive stuff that the guys grabbed onto, and then have been able to pick up that as the season has started now and run with it and get a little more specific. But yeah, we had a good summer. And I know that the guys who played in AAU had a pretty good experience, and they noticeably got better because of it.
What are the off-season coaching limitations that you run into?
For me, so I can coach when the season's done. I can't coach them until June and July, and then you sign a summer waiver with the State High School League, and you can coach them in June and July.
Okay.
And then once August hits, then I can't coach them until the season starts again.
Yeah, I knew there was something like that where, when it's out of season, the coaches kind of have to back off. But that's where the AAU programs and stuff, camps and things like that come in and really improve the players getting coached by other coaches.
Yeah, I think that's really valuable just to hear multiple voices. I'm sure they get sick of hearing me harping them all the time. It's not just nice to hear other perspectives, and there's a lot of really good coaches out there that have seen a lot of basketball and have ideas, and if kids can pick up on little things here and there, it's really valuable. And just the experience of playing against other really good players is hard to replicate if you just don't go out and do it. So
no, I know a couple of legendary coaches, I won't mention names, who left coaching because they could coach year-round. When I was a kid, that wasn't allowed.
Yep.
You could only coach in season.
Right, yeah, and it can get to be a lot. With me and my young family, I've never had any interest in stepping into the AAU world. I enjoy what I do. I like working with our local kids, and it's just kind of, I love that part of basketball, the hometown feel, the investing in our community. But it's really nice to have those opportunities in the spring and the fall and the summer for kids to play. Our goal is always, as a program, to have a really good June together, because that's when AAU takes a break. And so we get into the gym as a team in June and have some practices, play in 3-4 tournaments in June. And then in July, that's when things ramp back up with the AAU. Also, fall sports start to kind of get prepared at that point. People tend to have more vacations in July. It's just the way it works out. So July turns into a little bit more just open gym skill work type of stuff, which I think is just valuable time as well. So
I was talking to the Northfield girls basketball coach this morning, first-year head coach, and he had mentioned they have good numbers, but the volleyball team, which was on the cusp of going to state, and they've been good for several years now, has a different kind of culture where they're playing year-round. He has one volleyball player on his team. Just think how good those athletes are, but they're specializing. And frankly, I'm not a huge fan of that. I just wanted to get your take on that.
Yeah, I think it depends upon the kid and their goals. We haven't dealt with a ton of that here. I encourage our guys to play multiple sports. I think it helps them overall athletically. So we have a ton of guys that play football, a ton of guys that are in track, some baseball players, a cross-country runner, tennis players. We have a lot of soccer players. So tons of multi-sport athletes, and I really value that. But, again, it comes down to the kid and their goals and what they're passionate about. So.
Yeah, what I found is that if the kids want to go to college, then they really start focusing probably their sophomore, junior year and narrowing it down and just focusing on that one sport that they think will, take them into college. And that they want to play in college.
Yeah, and I always tell kids, if they ask me if they think they should focus in on one sport or not because they have goals to play beyond high school, that, you know, if you're good, you'll find a spot. They'll find you. And other sports can, again, give you things, give you skills, just athletic tools that if you're just focused on one thing, it's kind of hard to kind of access those skills. Just different movements, balance things, core strength, all that stuff that doesn't get talked about a ton. But at the same time, if a kid is super passionate about a sport and is just driven to fall in love with the details of getting better at that sport, that can go a long way too.
Yeah, you can't really knock the kid for that.
Absolutely.
How many years have you been Faribault's head coach?
This is my eighth. This is my eighth
year.
Yeah,
God,
so
you're not even that old.
Well, I'm older than I was last year. I tell you that much.
Well,
but
yeah, we all are.
When I graduated college, I was coaching at the B squad JV levels at Faribault, and then I had the 2 years at Bethlehem Academy, so this is actually my 10th year as a head coach, but 8th here in Faribault.
Wow, that's a good run. So now, have you ever gone all Bobby Knight and thrown a chair out onto the court?
No.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
no,
not.
I'm very calm and composed, and I would never so much as get angry during a game. No, no, I have not. I haven't done that. May have broken a clipboard or two in practice, but they don't make those things like they used to.
Yeah, they're made really cheap, so they break
That's
easy
exactly
nowadays.
right.
I don't remember if this is when you were playing, but I remember a game in Owatonna. Late in the game, it's a close game. This is around your era, and the clock operator kept messing around with the clock late in the game, and the coach, can't remember who the coach was at the time, was not a happy guy.
I don't recall that one.
Okay. It wasn't in your class then, but
no. When you said late game and it was close against Owatonna, my senior year, we didn't run into that issue with them late in the game. They were well ahead, unfortunately, because I think their entire starting five might have gone on to play college basketball. They were really, really strong that year, but definitely had some interesting games throughout the career. So.
Well, we've got about a minute and a half left. Is there anything that we haven't talked about that you were kind of hoping we'd touch on? Or?
Well, we had our Little Falcons program this morning and had great numbers with the youth, and my buddy Everett here was in there. And do you want to say what you did this morning, what you got better at, or what your favorite part was?
you like basketball?
Running.
Running?
He likes running.
He likes to run.
Oh.
Did you make a lot of shots today?
Yes.
Yeah, he was shooting. So we have a lot of kids in there. K2 was the group this morning. We usually have 3rd through 5 go right after them, but with the girls' home game, that session didn't happen today. So the girls are playing Hibbing at 3 today.
Okay.
Hibbing.
Here in town.
Yeah,
The Blue Jackets.
that's right. So that'll be kind of a fun game if people are looking for something to do this afternoon.
How's that for a haul? Drive all the way from Hibbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Iron Range. So
Well, Coach, thank you very much for coming in. We certainly appreciate it. You're always welcome back.
And have kids come out,
Yep,
too.
bring players, too. But, Gordy, we're at the end of it again. So
thanks, guys.
Yep, thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Eric.
So-
Appreciate it.
Once again, Royal Ross here with Trek Properties. Trek Properties is located in downtown Faribault, right across the street from the post office. Beautiful Depot Square building. We are a full-service real estate company for you. We handle managing storage units, managing townhome and condo associations. We manage residential rental units for investors, and we have a sales division. So we're busy. And we're getting a bigger footprint on all the time. I think I saw now that we have some property down in Jackson, I believe. So our footprint's getting bigger. I personally go all the way from Bloomington over to Madison Lake in my townhome management. But
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
yes, happy Thanksgiving from me, Gordy, and Trek Prop.
The Southern